Hello everyone, it's Rory here from Pratts Pods again, here with another iPad. So, let me just move the camera, sorry for the joltiness, get you in a good shot. This is an iPad mini. Customers brought it into us saying it's got touchscreen problems, I can see straight off the mark. If you have a close look at it, I'm not sure how well you guys can see, the screen's a bit loose. And if you look in there, there's bubbles here where someone hasn't removed the back film of the new screen. So I sort of said to him, it's not got any battery, but I can tell him straight off the mark that it is a screen fault. So I don't need any sort of heat on this one. This is awful. So I can just pretty much pull it up just like that, and screen comes off. So what you'll see here is if I pick the camera up, excuse the shakiness. So here we have a very, very dirty LCD. This flex cable was pinched between the screen and the housing. We haven't even had the backing taken off the adhesive here, so that's never going to stick down. It was only done by a friend of the customer's. I can't get that backing off now. It was only done by a friend of the customer's, so I'm not expecting it to be the best repair ever, but I mean, why do them if you can't do them properly? So we've got missing screw here, and we're missing the magnets that go on the back of the screen, so one of the magnetic cases won't work anymore. Yeah, all in all pretty bad. Like I say, that screen is absolutely filthy. It is still working because we get the charging sign and that, so I sort of said I will just clean that up for him. It probably won't be perfect, but it will be a lot better than it is now. So I'm just going to take these screws out. I'm not going to video the whole process again. I realise that the whole process of iPad repairs is very long. Just going to show the disassembly, point out any things that I think are bad, and then I'll stop and bring it back on video when bring it back to video once I've sort of got it back together almost, and can tell you exactly what was bad about it. So some of those screws weren't the right screws in there. You can see down here there's supposed to be a bit of sort of tape with some spongy stuff on, which is there to stop the screens touching each other and causing oily marks. So that's LCD coming up now. So there you go, that's the LCD off, and we've got one of the tabs to hold the screws in, which is broken off as well. So that's great. About half the screws missing from this shield here that shields the battery behind the LCD. So I suppose that makes my job a little bit easier. I only have to undo, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 screws in it. So that is literally half the screws that should be in there. The iPad Mini 2s don't have as many screws in, so they are a little bit easier than the Mini 1s. So that's those screws out. Get rid of that plate, and nice one. We've actually got all the screws in the shield that covers the battery connector and the LCD and digitizer connector, so that's not too bad. We've actually got those 3 screws there, which is nice. Disconnect the battery first, discharge any power that's in the board, and then we can remove LCD and digitizer. So there we go, there's that filthy LCD, which I will clean in a bit, and there's that poor quality digitizer, which is causing touch issues and wasn't stuck down at all. That going straight in the bin because it's worthless. So we do have the tape here, it just wasn't put back above the LCD, and we have got that foam padding there as well, so that is still there, it just wasn't put back in place. So we pull that off, and I will stick that back on when I put the LCD back in there. So we can see that the Wi-Fi antenna's been broken as well, only broken from where it's screwed into the frame, so that's not gonna, it won't cause a problem. It just obviously shows someone's been a bit rough with it when taking off the original screen. We still have glass in the frame here from the old screen, so it's obviously not been cleaned very well when they've replaced this screen. Yet the new screen wasn't broken, so I don't know how much this has been used. I don't know how much it was used since, but obviously if you guys are having touch issues, it probably hasn't been used a great deal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this frame. I will clean the LCD, I will get everything put back together. I don't have a load of spare screws for this, but I will find one that was missing for the LCD, because we like to have all the screws in that. The shields aren't the end of the world. If you've just got sort of half the screws in there, that is okay. I mean, we don't like to put them back like that, but at the end of the day, it's not our fault they're missing. He knows that it was sort of a bodge job by a friend, and I think he regrets it. That's why he's come to us to pay us to sort it out for him. So I'm going to do the work on this now. I'm going to clean it all up, get it ready to put back together, and I'll be back to show you what we've done. So, hello again everyone, it's Rory from Pratts Pods again. So I've got this iPad mini here. I have done a full clean on this LCD. You will see the huge difference there. I mean, that is almost like new. There's a little bit, well, a fairly big scratch there, and a couple of little scratches. Can't be avoided when it's been repaired before. When I cleaned the gunk off the screen, it was just like that. So that's that. I've got the foam tape here. I have replaced the screws down here and managed to get that bracket back in place to hold the LCD in. Also put, oh, I haven't yet, this foam pad I'm going to put back down here. Not that we need it once I put my foam tape around the edge of the screen, but I'll put it in there anyway. So now all I've got to do is pull this off, this film over the digitizer, and get it stuck back down. So I'm going to do that now, and we should have a very happy customer collecting tomorrow lunchtime.